Good morning, students. Today we will be reading A Truly Beautiful Mind. It is a short biography of Sir Albert Einstein. I think you all have heard about Albert Einstein. Who was he? He was a renowned scientist who developed the theory of relativity, one of the pillars of modern physics. But the world remembers Einstein not only as a scientific genius, but also as a visionary, the world citizen. Because towards the latter part of his life, he strived for peace and the well-being of the entire world, and not just for his own country. Students, let's read the text from your Behind book. It is in page number 46. Albert Einstein was born on 14th of March 1879. He was born in Ulm, which is in Germany, without any indication that he was destined for greatness. So there was no indication that one day he would turn out to be one of the greatest scientists that the world has ever seen. On the contrary means just the opposite. His mother thought Albert was a freak. To her, his head seemed too much large. So, Einstein's mother thought he was rather unusual. Why? Because his head was rather large. And another thing is that at the age of 2.5, Einstein still wasn't talking until then. So his mother thought that he was rather an unusual child. He loved to play with the mechanical toys. He didn't know how to play with the other boys of the same age. He even called his newborn little sister Maza, a mechanical toy. He asked his parents that whether she had her wheels. So once a headmaster told his father that what Einstein chose as a profession wouldn't matter, because he will never make a success at anything. Einstein began learning to play violin at the age of 6. See the irony of fate. One day the headmaster called his father and told him that he would never make a profession of anything. He would not be successful at anything. And here lies the irony of fate. He turned out to be one of the greatest scientists of the world. At the age of 6, he learned violin because his mother wanted him to learn that. He later became a gifted amateur violinist. What is amateur? Amateur means doing something for personal enjoyment rather than as a profession. It is written in your book in page number 47. So he became an amateur violinist not for the others, but for himself. He loved to play for himself. He maintained this skill throughout his life. But Albert Einstein was not a bad pupil. He was a good student. He went to high school. He went to the high school which is in Munich. Munich was a city in Germany, where Einstein's family had moved when he was just 15 months old and scored very good marks in almost all the subjects. Einstein hated the school's regimentation. Regimentation means the strict discipline and order. So, at the age of 15, Einstein felt stifled. Stifled means suffocated because of the high regimentation or the strict discipline. So, he left the school. The previous year, Albert's parents had moved to Milan. Milan is a city in Italy, and left their son with relatives. After prolonged discussion, prolonged means long discussion, Einstein got his wish to continue his education in German-speaking Switzerland. So Einstein continued his education in German-speaking Switzerland, in a city which was more open-minded, more liberal than Munich, the city in Germany. Einstein was highly gifted in mathematics and interested in physics too. After finishing school, he decided to study at the University of Zurich, which is in Switzerland. science was not the only thing that appealed to the dashing young man of walrus moustache. Dashing means handsome, and walrus moustache means it is a kind of special shape of the moustache that Einstein used to have at that time. If you have the book in front of you right now, which is in 47 page, you can see the special kind of moustache that Einstein used to have at that time is called walrus moustache. So he was a dashing young man with walrus moustache. Students, now move to next page, that is page number 48. He also felt a special interest in a fellow student. And who was she? She was Mileva. She was Mileva Marik, whom he found to be a clever creature. This young Serb had come to Switzerland because the University of Zurich was one of the few in Europe where women could get degrees. So she was also as brilliant like Albert Einstein. So that was why she got the opportunity to get entrance into the University of Zurich. Einstein saw in her an ally against the Philistines, those people in his family and at the university with whom he was constantly at odds. So Einstein felt that Mileva was a friend, as she also liked art, music and literature. Both shared the common interest. In those days, having interest in art was not very common. So, those people who were having the interest in arts used to call their opponents Philistines. Einstein's family and the many people in the university were not in favor of this. So, against such people, Einstein and Mileva unitedly helped to face the situation. So, Einstein and Mileva fell in love. Letters were there that proved that they were in love. Einstein used to dream that they would finally conclude their theory of relativity together. In 1900, at the age of 21, Einstein became a graduate. But he didn't get job until 1902. In 1902, he got his first job at the patent office. What is a patent office? See, it's in your book. A patent office means a document which gives the rights of an invention to the inventor. So, Einstein used to work at the patent office, which was in Bern. While he was supposed to be assessing other people's invention, Einstein was actually developing his own ideas in secret. He is said to have jokingly called his desk drawer at the work the Bureau of Theoretical Physics. Means he called the desk drawer because theoretical physics because he was actually developing his own ideas secretly over there. He spent hours over there. So that drawer was a proof of his hard work. So he solved the difficult problems of physics over there. So jokingly he called the desk drawer as the Bureau of Theoretical Physics.